Alright guys, today we're going to take a quick look at a random dark middle deck. Something that I just threw together for some fun. I played against something similar online and I thought I'd give it a try. And it's not my normal playstyle. I'm not really a big fan of middle decks that try and run your opponent out of resources. But I do love Umbreon. And always thought Gumshoos is kind of a cool Pokemon as well. So let's see what we can do with this deck. Let's take a quick look at what it's made of. So we've got a 3-2 line of Umbreon GX, which has got the Strafe attack for 30, which this Pokemon was one of the Pokemon on your bench. Shadow Bullet for 90, plus 30 onto the bench, and Dark Core GX. Discard any 2 energy cards from your opponent's Pokemon. So those are energy cards. That means you can discard 2 double colorless energies, a normal energy and a double colorless energy. Pretty good in terms of energy denial. We play a 1 of Flareon. Flareon has the flare effect that makes all your stage 1 Pokemon a fire type. This is pretty good just to help us with some awkward matchups in terms of Decidueye and Metagross. We then play a 1 of Oranguru with Instruct, letting us draw a hand up to 3, and Psychic 60 plus 20 more for each energy on our opponent's Pokemon. And we play a 2-2 line of Gumshoos GX with the Search the Premises ability, letting us look at our opponent's hand each turn and using that to make key decisions around what trainer cards and supporter cards we play and how we play our turns. It also has a really good GX attack, Gumshoe Chance, 10 plus 50 more for each energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon, active Pokemon. So, pretty good, pretty decent. And then we have one Tapu Koko promo. We use this for Flying Flip and also as a free retreater option if we happen to strafe into it with the Umbreon. And then 2 Tapu Lele for the Wonder Tag ability, 1 Enhanced Hammer to discard a special energy, and we use that in combination with Team Flagrant to discard energy off the opponent's active to remove energy from the field. This together with the Dark Core GX can be really devastating, removing 4 energy cards off the field in one turn. Play a 1 of Field Blower, 1 of Super Rod to shuffle back Pokemon and energy. We play 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seekers, we play 3 Altar of the Moon to give our Pokemon with Dark Energy free retreat, 1 Parallel City to disrupt our opponent but putting them down to 3 on their bench, 1 Bridget to put any 3 basic Pokemon on our bench, 1 Delinquent to discard a Stadium, force our opponent to discard 3 cards, 2 Hex Maniac to turn off abilities, 2 Lysander to bring up one Pokemon's our opponent's Pokemon on the bench, 4 N to force them to shuffle, 1 Kukui for that 20 extra damage, 4 Professor Sycamore, as I mentioned 2 of the Team Flare Grunt to discard an energy, and 1 Team Skull Grunt if we see our opponent has energy in hand, for example 2 double colorless, we can play this and discard those energy. These one-off supporters we can get with the Lele Wonder Tag as and when we need them. We then play 2 Choice Band for the extra 30 damage to GXs, 1 Float Stone for retreat, 4 double colorless energies, and 6 dark. And that is the deck. Just something that's a little bit of fun and something we can play a game with, see how it does. So let's jump onto the ladder and take it for a spin. Alright, we are up against David Allen 760 playing an all-water deck, so this could be Greninja. That's a pretty awkward matchup for us, let's be honest. It could be Greninja, it could be Lapras. Both are pretty bad matchups for us. They have minimal energy requirements, or they have ways of recovering energy with Aqua Patch and things like that. So I don't expect this to be a good matchup. I would imagine this is going to go pretty badly, but you never know. We aren't going first either, which is equally bad. Okay, so does Greninja. So we just have to hope that our opponent's deck does Greninja dot things, and he starts with the Froakie, and that's all he ever gets, and we win the game from there. But let's see what happens. We could always get a double colorless Lele Kukui to do 60 and knock out a Froakie and win the game like that. Also an option. So you never know, maybe we draw into a double colorless. As I say, get the Lele Kukui for the extra 20 and just win the game. But chances are he's going to die pull for another Froakie, and then that strategy won't work. Well, that's pretty awkward. It would have been really nice if we did get that, but yep, that's not going to happen for us this turn. But we will be able to do 50, which is, I suppose, something. I'm going to discard the Flareon, and I'm going to discard the N. I'm going to get out a EV, put that on the bench. Our opponent probably has the Frogadier in hand. We'll go for the Water Duplicates on the next turn and get 3 Frogadier on the bench. If that happens, we are in some trouble. So the question is, does it add anything to play the Kukui now? Maybe, if he tries to retreat, so I think I'm going to do it anyway. Let's just get another EV down on the bench at least, so let's see what happens. I'm going to strafe into the Tapu Koko. It has a free retreat, so a Vulpix comes down and Dive Ball for the Frogadier. He will attach an energy and Water Duplicates for the guys on the bench. One, two, just 2 Frogadier, so either one's in his hand or can't ever really tell. It's not going to help us here to do any more damage to the active, so I'm just going to evolve up another Umbreon and put ourselves out of Shuriken range for now. And I'm going to play an N. Our opponent could be holding onto a good hand, and we don't want to leave them with that. The 6 cards instead of the 5 isn't such a big deal. I'm going to go for the Gumshoos here. Retreat into the Umbreon, and we'll take our first prize with a strafe. I'll strafe into the Koko, why not? The Vulpix comes up, so most likely he's going to beacon here, getting out Greninja and a Greninja break maybe, or 2 Greninja. I'm not 100% sure what he's going to go for. If he doesn't play an N, we do have the Hex Maniac in hand, which we can play. Alright, so let's see what he goes for. So Greninja and a Greninja break. Let's have a look at what's in our opponent's hand. Let's search the premises. So he's got Choice Band, Fisherman, Liverpool, and then Frogadier, Greninja, and Greninja break. Not really cards we want him having in hand. We have an option to play the Hex Maniac now. But I think I'm going to go for... Before I do that, I'm going to put down and alter them. Play an N. Right, so we do get the double colorless, which we can to our Umbreon, treat into the Umbreon, and we for a Shadow Bullet, putting that 30 damage onto the Greninja. We get a float to turn off the prizes, which can help us if he tries to Lysander stall, especially now that he's bumped our stadium. Brigadier comes down, Greninja with a choice band and an N from our opponent. So in Shadow Stitch here, go for the Moonlight Slash. Choice band, we're doing 110. We do draw into the Hex Maniac, which is useful. Attaches to the active and goes for the Moonlight Slash for the 110. Now Umbreon in range, so I'm going to do a search the premises, see what our opponent has in hand. Max Potion to the Seekers and a G, which he just returned. Max Potion is going to be awkward. And the Kakui, she's got the versus Seekers. I think I'm actually going to do this, so I will lay down the energy here, and I'm going to go for the Kukui in this instance, take the knockout on the active, just removing that threat of the Max Potion. I'm going to get this choice band onto the bench just so that I don't draw into it again, but he plays an N. And we'll Shadow Bullet, putting the 30 onto the other Greninja. Going down to 3 prizes. Draw and Lele off the prizes. Still got that X-Maniac in hand, which we can use the Lele to get if we need to. He does get the breakout. Here's the energy in hand and versus Seeker. Max Potion we did know about, so at least that's been used now. But that break is going to take at least 2 hits to knock out with our Umbreon, which will be pretty awkward for us. I would imagine as the game progresses it's going to become harder and harder for us to win this matchup, but you never know. We might get lucky. The search of premises definitely helps to give us insight we need into what's in our opponent's hand, and I can even up some of the matchups. So he will take the knockout here, going down to 4 prizes, and we will send the Coco up. Use that as our free retreat pivot for the turn. So he Moonlight Slashes, returning that water energy to hand. Okay, let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to put down the stadium. Play a Sycamore here. Discarding our hand and drawing 7 new cards. And now, now my laptop is about to go flat, so plug that in quickly and do my attack while I can. So let's attach to bench, retreat into the Umbreon and search the premises. Okay, so he does have another bullet. We'll go for the Shadow Bullet. Placing the 30 damage onto the bench Strokey. It's going to evolve that bench Greninja up. Voice Band. Giant Water Shuriken. Onto the active. You know he has the break in hand as well. Which you can use on the next turn. Goes for the Lysander play. We do have the double colors to retreat if we need to, which I think I will do. Goes to the field blower, doesn't really matter. Discarding the stadium. And a shadow stitching, interesting enough. So we can't use search the premises this turn because of the shadow stitching. I'm going to retreat into the Umbreon. I'm going to play the X-Maniac to see if there's any energy in the discard that we want to shuffle back in. Not ready at this point, so I think I'm going to go for the Shadow Bullet here, and we will take the knockout on the Froakie, going down to 2. We draw another Hex Maniac off the prizes. Evolves up into the break. Energy to the bench, and an N from our opponent. Does he go for the shadow stitching here? Be interesting to see what he goes with. Shadow stitching is probably the right play. Goes for the Moonlight Slash actually, so doing 110, just short of the knockout, but on the next turn he will get the knockout. We are, let's see, we can do 100. Actually not attached to the Gumshoos. I'm going to use Search the Premises now. So he's got Sycamore, plenty of energy. I'm going to instruct for 1. Do draw a double colorless, and I'm going to get the Hex Maniac. And let's see, we'll play the Hex, shutting off that giant Water Shuriken, and we'll go for a Shadow Bullet. And in this instance, I'm going to place the damage onto the bench Froakie, trying to set that up for the final knockout. And let's see what our opponent can do here. Probably will Shadow Stitching for the knockout here, shutting down our ability to use Instruct to draw cards. We should be able to promote the Gumshoos, do the 100 damage to knock out the active, assuming he doesn't play an N here. I didn't see one in his hand. So let's see what he's able to do. What can he pull off here? What has our opponent got for us? Come on, dude, let's see what you can do with your Greninjas. Alright, so he's going for the Sycamore. Does he hit a max potion here? That really would be a problem. He does hit the max potion. Alright, so going to attach most likely and Shadow Stitch for the knockout. Yep. Dive Ball. Does he get another Frogadier out? Another break, okay. That's just thinning out his deck. We don't have a great hand, but it's not the end of the world either. So he does go for the Moonlight Slash, interestingly enough. Very interesting. Let's see what we can do here. We can top deck a Lysander, that would be incredible. Tapu Lele. You never know. We do get the Lele, so we can Lele here. Getting that Lysander out of the deck. Bringing up this benched Brokey. Retreat into the Gumshoos. That should double colorless. And we can go for the Headbutt Bounce for the final prize, taking all 6 prizes against Greninja. That was a quick game with the deck, just showing you what it can do, I suppose. A mixture of mill and attack. Pretty good blend. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. This was recorded on my laptop, so the sound wasn't great. But hopefully not too bad, and I'm glad I just got a quick video out for you guys to see. Cheers. Bye.